the Madman! Welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. Thank you again to Riot for providing me early access. Note that this is early in the game. Nothing is finalized. That said, of course, I'm a mad scientist deck builder, and it's a new game, so I quickly looked through all of the cards, and I decided to make my own very simple deck to start. Generally, in games, the easiest decks to build are an aggressive deck, and or a deck which simply features creatures, units, with good stats. So that's what this deck is. It's a deck full of creatures with good stats. Elise seems like a really good early game card. There's a bunch of spiders. The spiders are spooky, and it's an aggressive deck because some of these cards in the deck can't block, and they have really good stats because they can't block. Alright, I'm playing against some random Riot guy who I'm sure will fall under the might of my deck. Early game, each player gets dealt 4 cards. You can mulligan any of them. I've got a decent hand with 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop with a Draven. No Elise. Elise seems like a really good card to have early.
Where's my axe?
Everyone starts off with 1 mana and then incrementally gains mana each turn, so 2 mana next turn. You'll notice that I'm immediately able to attack with this 3-2. That's pretty sweet. I randomized the attacker side on round 1. So players switch being the attacker and the defender. Whew! Drew and Elise. OP.
Ready for deployment!
And right click the cards, scroll over them, see what they do. Tough takes 1 less damage from all sources, so my 3-2 will still kill the 2-2. I'm going to summon Elise. Elise generates value over time because whenever she attacks, she summons an attacking spider. That's a really good deal. Currently, if I block, I will take 2 damage, and that'll take 1 damage. And the damage sticks. I'm going to not take damage on my Elise. FP MacLeod is commenting that my play was very good, I think. I can choose to play a card right now, or I can spend my first action to attack. I'm going to spend my first turn action to attack because then there's less likely something that can kill Elise. So let's just go in.
Ready.
You won't suffer long.
Go in before he's able to summon a blocker, basically. Ooh, give an ally +1/+0 and quick attack. Okay. Quick attack only activates when you're attacking, but that did manage to kill Elise. But fortunately, I drew a spare Elise.
Hang on, Buzzball.
Hey.
Not that necessarily Elise is the right player right now, because this is a game where you play based on your mana curve. I'll play Draven.
I have the best job.
If I had played Draven first, I would have gotten the Spinning X, which would have allowed me to kill that, but trade-offs. And it would have allowed me to attack with Draven immediately.
The Yordle here's with me.
This is very spooky. They've got elusive cards, which
They'll never see us coming.
can attack for massive amounts of damage. Alright, I'll block with Draven on this 2-1. Dealing 3 damage. It's possible that they have some sort of trick, but I'm willing to take that trade. +1/+0 and quick attack. Oh. That's a good trade for Draven. Womp womp Draven.
Draven down.
So there are fast effects in this game, spells. Let me play my Elise. I have managed to fulfill the requirement of 3+ spiders, so we'll see if this holds for the next round. This would be big if it holds, because Elise, when transformed, is a really big deal. So the requirement is level up if you have 3+ spiders.
Let me change into something more.
She not only gets +1/+1, or no, +2/+1, no, +2/+0, but all of your other spiders get Challenger and Fearsome, and that is truly fearsome. Opponents crying. Oh no, we made them cry. Thresh before attacking this time around. Thresh also has Challenger. When an enemy dies, heal me 1. Ooh, this is interesting. So this is one of the
Everywhere
cards that
I
will be
go, the light
important
follows.
to play in terms of order. Since minions attack, well, units attack from left to right, I'm going to want Thresh to be on the leftmost side. Lux over here is barrier, so the first bit of damage is not taken. So I'll probably want to use a 1/1 on that, but my 1/1 wants to attack that, 1/1 wants to do that. 2/2 wants to kill that. We want Lux to not block Elise ideally, but also want Thresh to. I think we just have Elise sit on the sidelines this turn, perhaps. Whoops! I've roped! I wanted to also have my Thresh attack the 2/2. Welcome to the first rope of the game! But I did want to hold Elise back because I didn't want Lux to be able to kill her. Oh, the barrier only lasts 1 round, so barrier's gone now.
Let's brighten up their day.
Lux has a special. So this is obviously a really dumb attack because I can block with my Thresh, but there must be some sort of trick afoot, yet again. I'm done getting tricked. There's no way they would attack with Lux into, like, something good. I'm gonna assume that the trick isn't 4 damage worth of stuff. I'll just do that. That would block with my 3/2, but this can't block. So in this game, because of the ability to play fast spells or burst spells, sometimes, you know, there's hidden information where the opponent makes attacks that don't necessarily make sense, but it's because they're holding something.
Carve a path.
Grant an ally in hand +3/+3.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
Even after the opponent passes, I'm able to continue playing stuff.
The miracle of life.
I assume that one of the cards in their hand is a ally, and one of the cards in their hand is some sort of trick, some combat trick, why they attacked with Elise, or with Lux. So, time for me to send my 5/1 into this 5/3,
Mine.
and I'll have my 4/5 Thresh pull this 3/3 in. Note because Thresh heals, I want to have Thresh attack first because after I attack even more stuff, he heals even more. And then we'll just have some random attacks over there.
I must get out of here.
Looks good. I didn't actually utilize the text here on Thresh. Might have been a good idea too. And an area of barrier and lifesteal. Lux has transformed and also gotten barrier. Wow, what a pain. Okay, those are some good tricks. Good tricks, good tricks. It tricked me. I do at least have Rekindler. Revive a random allied champion with the highest power. That's my good side Thresh. When Lux attacks, a final spark is created. Fast spell. So I'm going to want to block Lux with that one. And this with this, I guess.
Nobody escapes. There it is, inevitability.
I've got a nice finisher right here, decisive maneuver, stun an enemy, and give all allies +2/+0. They're trying to deal 6 damage to my Thresh. That's fine, not much I can do about that. Thinking about it, chose not to. But yeah, Lux's upgraded side is pretty spooky. Each time she attacks, she gets that. What was that? Recall an ally to summon a living shadow in its place. 3/2. Let's see, can this do anything? Remove a unit from combat? No. Okay, cool trick. Cool trick.
A beacon through the dark.
Note that I still have a guy blocking there, so I don't take damage, even though I was final sparked. And that's good as is. Put a bunch of mana. 2 of those mana become a spell mana. Let's see. Do I have lethal here? I'm sending in my attack right away so that they can't play multiple blockers. Haha! I can respond to that. Let's stun that enemy. And give the rest of my stuff lots of attack. At least it's still been blocked. That's a lot of damage! Nice finishing card there. Ah, Crippers. There's a little bit of history. I did just match against Crip. I played it really badly and he played it really well. And I'm too embarrassed to show the game. So we'll show this game. We'll show the game, of course, where I draw a really good hand of the 2-mana champion and 3-mana champion. Nice.
I'd follow you anywhere.
I know just the place.
Lore, Pog. So I have 2 options here. I can choose to attack with Elise and then bump it into that defender. We'll both take damage. Oh no! You can't actually defend against this one. And I'll attack with the Aristocrat too, since I'm summoning this. But at least can't be blocked because 3 or more attack is necessary to block them.
So young.
My goal is fairly simple. I'm trying to get 3 spiders.
By the strength of our convictions.
That is the card that destroyed me last time.
I have the best
Grant other allies +1/+1 if an ally died this turn. And I kept just single blocking the one guy and buffing the entire board, and that was terrible. Okay, I believe I want to toss in the Reckless Trifarian as an attacker. Sometimes I might want to choose to attack first to get in the attack before Crip summons defenses, but this time this is a really good attacker. I'll summon first, then attack.
For the honor of my house.
There are downsides to doing this, of course, because now that got buffed.
What are you waiting for?
Alright, let's just send in Reckless Trifarian.
Cut him down!
Or could usually just block with this, and then they'd both survive, but I've got the Spinning Axe Burst card.
I pity you.
It looks like Crip is sacrificing a 2/3 in order to buff both of these guys by +1/+1. Not all of the other guys. Grant other allies +1/+1. It's only that one. That's not that big.
That egg, did it move?
Quite the dish, aren't you?
Be
Got these
strong.
happy aristocrats talking to police. All fun and games. Very grim.
Approaching the battlefront.
Tempo host. Tempo host.
The manor would be so lonely without you.
I am lacking in spiders here. Crip's got a tough defensive deck,
See the
hard to
Damascene
go
border from
through,
here.
since the defenders have the advantage in this game. I plan to attack with Treferian and Host.
Charge!
The Sentry will just block this and then everything will get +1/+1. What a mess. It's a disaster. The defenses are too strong! I have to pass! I can't get through these defenses with my aggressive deck. Your stats just aren't enough to beat this Dawn Speaker. Clearly, I need to put some sort of way to interact with the opponent's units.
Nothing escapes my watch.
And then Crip is simply going to hit me with this Silverwing Scout. But if I attack, I'm in an even worse position. Okay, I do need to act.
I must get out of here.
Noxus!
I need to get the 3 spiders in play. In order for at least to be able to break things.
Look out for reavers.
Oh no, I just gave him even more cards to get... no, not really. Grant other allies +1/+1.
Stand strong.
We've made the most of you.
Light the signal fires.
Okay, that gives me room to be able to play a spider at least.
Is that the pitter-patter of little feet?
Sometimes getting rid of my own units can be good
Let
so
me
that
change into
I have the
something
room.
more comfortable.
I think Crip's deck also does not have very many things that interact with my things. So we're both possibly lacking on that front. Now at least my challenger can get rid of this Dawn Speakers. Maybe I can mass challenge everything of Crip's
My
and
shield is
break
yours.
through the dream. So, I believe that's a pass. My board is full.
Words sharp as swords. In Avarosa's name.
Form up.
Okay. So this dies with 5 damage. I can't actually kill it. This dies with 4 damage. Does 3. Okay, this dies with 3 damage. Sure. That's got barrier on it, so I'll just not bother. I should have blocked with the hapless aristocrat.
Virtue guides me.
When I'm summoned, grant me lifesteal and tough if an ally died.
Be strong. These are dark times.
Okay, first things first. We need to kill the Dawn Speakers. Set into that, and then I'll spinning axe, discard this, buff that. Alright.
Now we're cooking.
Thank goodness Kurt does not have some sort of trick.
For king and country.
Look, everyone, Captain Doll.
Only the finest serve.
Given the defensive nature of the deck, I think I also didn't put enough big cards in this deck. The defensive advantage, you know, the advantage of the defensive player. That's what I meant.
You have to get me out of here.
Struck twice. Cards are just so big.
A Demacian soldier is worth tenfold.
Oh, that's the finishing card. I'm gonna get the Mossiad. Simply have not enough cards that interact with the opponent's stuff. I don't have enough late game myself.
Soldiers, to me!
I'm too used to the Hearthstone method of being able to attack what I want, I think. Plus, not being able to remove the opponent's stuff is a serious issue. Alright, yeah, got me again. 200 IQ crip. I think this can't block thing must only be for the most aggressive of decks. Also, the spiders are taking up so much of my board that it's tough to justify having these guys around. I think what I lacked understanding is simply that this 7 mana spell, which kills a unit, is actually better than it looks. So we're going to put in, surprisingly, 3 copies of 7 mana kill a unit. It seems really important to be able to do that to your opponent. Otherwise, they could just you need some way to break through. Like, maybe there's some way to build such an offensive deck that you don't need any late game, but it seems like having some late game is pretty useful given the potential for games to stall out on the ground. So we'll put in a Captain Farron. I'll put in a Commander Ledros. And Rasa the Sunder looks super good. Like, why don't I have this? Kill the 2 lowest power enemies if an ally died this round? That's huge! That would have broken through. In fact, why kill a unit when I can kill the 2 lowest power enemies if an ally died this round? And an ally is bound to die, right, if I just keep attacking? That's my answer. So, vengeance for me, and 3 Rasas! Here we go! I think that is a much better look to be able to interact with the opponent's stuff.